Alright my friends, I just mentioned this lawnmower on Mick's live stream today. It came in last night. There's a single lady living 5 or 6 blocks, or 5 or 6 houses away, I'm sorry, and she lent this lawnmower to her neighbors. She said the yard was a mess. Excuse me, I just power washed it, right? And the yard was a mess, and the mower would only run for a second after she tried to start it. I just power washed it, so you get the picture now. It only runs for a second. So now, after I power washed it, I must have knocked something out or in or something. I'll just give you the boot. So it's not running perfect, but it runs. So now we're going to find out what's really going on. I'm suspecting a little bit of water in the gas, fuel, something. So naturally we're going to do a tune-up on this bad boy. I'm going to turn it around. Well, it's not bad, but it could use a new air filter, definitely. And a pre-filter. Geez, I don't know. I guess that part's okay. I'm just going to let the bowl out and see how much moisture's in there. So when a machine is running, you kind of treat it differently. If I hadn't power washed it and done whatever I did to it, I'd have that carburetor off there lickety split, but okay, we need a 10mm ratchet wrench. And I'm just going to turn this around so you can see. You got it? I'm going to just pop the drain on the carburetor bowl first. And we'll give her a good little run here. Oh, there is a gas filter on it. It's hardly getting fuel. Well, that could be part of the problem. A dirty fuel filter. We have those. Okay, now if I can get this out of here without spilling it. Here we go, that's good sound. The gas looks really, really good. I see any water in there. A couple twigs, but that could just be from me roughing it up, eh? But I don't like how slow it's coming out. I don't like where they put the gas filter. I'm going to take the bowl off. I think it'll come off. Because remember, it was only running for a second and then it would quit. So we need hemostats. I've gone back to using the hemostat with the flat end, not the curved end. Okay, a small amount of dirt in there. Flip screen, right? Small amount of dirt in there. Okay, I gotta go wash my hands. So do I change that filter or not? I think I do. What do we got for filters? Be right back. You're still watching this, eh? I'll turn you off for just a minute. I got to get organized. Okay, and there is a difference in quality between these two filters, believe it or not. This one's made in the USA. It has an extra line right there compared to that one, which is just a cheap one made in China. So watch your filters, guys. I'm starting to improve my parts. There may be no visible difference, but there is an internal difference. Now these are just screen filters, and there is a screen in the bottom of the tank here, but you know what? You just have to take every precaution you can with fuel. This should have a third bolt, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, we need so now I got my tools closer, I can't get to them. We need fuel hose clamp pliers. We need red handle pliers. So I'm just taking off this filter and these two hose clamps to get that filter off, and then we will go to plan B, Z, D. Z? I said Z. Been hanging around my southern friends more. I am going to just take off one more bolt. It's a little bit brave of me. Yeah, that makes a difference. Okay, so this is the inlet of the gas, of the fuel filter. I'm going to get a clean rag. Are you guys still recording? Yes, you are. Good. We need air, and I'm going to go blow backwards through this fuel filter. You ready? Just going to go carefully. Just a little bit of stuff. That's good. Well, we might as well change it right now. Good. And where's the one I was going to use? It had the little ridge right here. Oh, got two of them. Nope. Nope. Yep. Nope. Right there. That's the good one. Made in the USA. It's all it says. But I trust it more. We're good. All right, now this is just a little bit of fun. I had another subscriber say that I'm putting these in backwards. Now the way I do them is like the gas goes in this way and out that way. So we're going to open one of these and see what we got. Maybe. I might have to saw it open. I'm willing to sacrifice a filter to see what's right and what's wrong. Oop. Grab on. Personally, I think they're bi-directional. All right, so they're pretty fine. They're not a very fine filter at all. And the screwdriver to jam in there. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you put these in, guys. Good, good to know. Oh, I know, it has a clip. I've seen these before. This is good for you guys to see. Okay, here we are. This is the last lever to come off. The rest of these are easy, they just pop off. This should just pop off on an angle. Just almost there, it's almost off already. Right there. Now that carburetor should come off. Let's get you set back up here and we'll start working on this carburetor a little. We're not going to go crazy. I had quite a time putting that back on there. I kept wanting it to go lengthwise, and like this way instead of this way. But she's on. Governor works. Ready for fuel on a new fuel filter. And now let's look at the carburetor. Just a quick look. Yes, Toro carburetor. So once I got it running, just by accident, it's still a little tiny bit surgy. Good. Alright, we'll give that a squirt later. A motion tube looks good, but the jet looks a little clogged. Of course! Drop my watch! I know, I won't say that too much anymore. Okay, where's that perfect little cleaner outer do hummer? So now, it looks small. We got a piece of 22 gauge wire that may go through there. That depends, kind of depends on if it's a GC 120, it will not go through, and a 160 will take a 22 gauge wire. It's through. Now I'm going to squirt it. First I squirt it backwards, just like the fuel filter goes backwards, right? Or you clean a fuel filter out backwards. And if you ever find a wide red tube like this, you keep it. Now a small shot of air. Okay, I bet you that hole looks 50% bigger. Good. Oh, the wind is picking up, must be the afternoon. So I'm just going to turn you off. Well, no, I'm going to clean this guy up a little bit more. These two things out of here, put them over here, and do just a little tiny wash with fuel. Oh yeah, the O-ring came out too for the bowl, didn't it? Alright, we're going to put the carburetor back on. We've got one lever somewhere. What did I do with that lever? Right here. And it comes off of this choke lever right here. So we're going to partially insert this onto here for now. It all goes together at the same time. So I just put the carburetor on the bolts. This goes onto the throttle lever and it clamps down like that. Did you see that? And then this spring comes onto this side and hooks into that little hole right. Can I do it with you guys with one hand? Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, that goes on there. We'll show you when we're done. This little goober comes around. Oh my gosh, this little goober comes around and snaps on. Okay, now I gotta stop you. I'm making you dizzy. Maybe you can watch from here. Yeah, I think you can. Okay, so this is the choke lever. It goes in that hole, but then this little guy clips over top. You see that? And the last one, the carburetor pushes all the way down. There we are. So now we just have to do the little spring. Need a light. I think that's going to work. And that goes, we'll make that loop a little bit smaller. And that goes on to that little loop right into it's so small. When I do this kind of stuff, it makes me wonder how much longer I can do it. There. She's on. So we should have throttle. Zoom, zoom. Good. We should have choke, which is an automatic choke, and it uses two different things. Ooh, that feels like it's not connected. It is, though. And then there's a choke that runs off the vane. Now we're going to hook up the gas line. We're going to look for leaks. Might as well use the pliers 'twas intended for. Something doesn't feel right. Yeah, that's right. There we go. Whew. One clamp there. We'll make this clamp accessible for the next guy on the filter. Clamp, clamp, clamp. Let's let the gas go. Okay, so now we are going to clean the pre-filter, and I'll be right back. Right, so now that I've got this running good and the oil changed, and there was a liter of oil, not a half a liter of oil in there. So I honest to God don't think I was the last guy to work on it. It's quite a mower. Alright my friends, this is often, I do this quite often overnight. I put a brand new shock towel underneath the carburetor, and if there's any leakage at all, you'll pick it up. Just even a dot, eh? This one doesn't have it. So now I have to just sharpen the blade. Let's see, it's got a brand new air filter. I cleaned the pre-filter. Oh, excuse me, and I have to check the spark plug and sharpen the blade. BPR6ES. There we go. It's been used but not abused. Just a nice film of carbon but not heavy. So I'm going to clean that up, and then we'll might as well get the blade off of there too, eh? Use a jack. Yeah, maybe you guys want to watch this. Can you see any of that in there? Yeah, you can, eh? Okay, let's get that big old ugly blade off of it. It's not real bad, but it needs some love. Alright, let's get the grinder set up outside. Alright, blade sharp. That's a nice blade. Now, I started tightening these by hand. Just because so that somebody can get them off. That's all. Okay, now let's go clean that plug. We'll lower this back down. And make sure there's no wires in there. So from now on, I always, after I wire brush them, I dig them out just in case one of the wires breaks off the bench grinder. And I do that from experience. That is great. There. Not too tight, not too loose. Okay. Are we done? Cleaned the plug, sharpened the blade, new air filter, cleaned and jetted out the spark plug, or the, just got out here. It takes me a while to get into the zone. Cleaned and jetted the main jet on the carburetor. Now on the handle here, there was all kinds of that, you know that stuff that goes around wire? And the phone's ringing. Okay, I'll continue. On the handle, this was wrapped, these two cables were wrapped in that stuff that goes around wire, but look at how deteriorated that is. So I just took it off, and it's not very long anyway. It was just actually causing more problems than it was solving. So yes, here we go. I think I got it done. Let's lower it down and do a demo. I am going to just have a quick glance at the oil. Remember, these are the ones that you gotta check them not screwed in, right? And it's perfect. Okay, let's lower it down. Should start in one pull. Let's do this. You gotta love it, huh? Thanks for watching this one, guys.